Hello, and welcome to the Performer's Guide. My name is Krystin Railing, and today we will be discussing your business structures. Are you a small business owner who's starting out and confused about what business structure options are available to you? It's sometimes confusing to know which options you have, or if you know what the names of the options are, it's confusing to know what exactly the nuances of the differences between them can be. So don't worry about that. The Performer's Guide is here to help. Small businesses have 4 basic structure options available to them in our niche. There are more options available, but these are the 4 that are most commonly used. They are sole proprietorship, general business partnership, limited liability corporation or LLC, and nonprofit organizations. Sole proprietorships are often the most common small business entity because they're the most simple, affordable, and easiest way to start your small business. It's the least expensive with the least amount of paperwork that you can do to start your business. It's also wonderful because you have more operating freedom and flexibility to run your business as you see fit, because you don't have any other business partners working with you who might have a different vision of your business. On the other hand, sole proprietors are also personally liable for their business and can incur debt or other court-related issues if you own your own business and don't have an LLC or are properly covered. And it can also be really difficult raising capital as a sole proprietorship, because as an individual, especially if you're not married, you don't have a job, and you don't have a business partner, it can be difficult raising capital alone, because in society's eyes and with banking and government funding, it often appears that the single individual is less stable than multiple people running a business, because if one person falls out, if there's business partners, there's other people to help pull the slack financially or time-wise, but all of the business rests on the sole proprietor's shoulders, and therefore can be more difficult for funding. The sole proprietor also tends to lack personal financial control and doesn't often track their finances very well. And so this can be a major financial issue for your business in the future if you're not naturally good at maintaining your finances. And it can sometimes be more helpful to have business partners there helping you maintain control and track your finances. The second option for you to start your business is a general business partnership. This can include 1, 2, 3, or more individuals who are looking to start a business together. It is also very easy to start a general business partnership and is often a popular choice because you're able to share the burden both financially and managerially with other people. When you have business partners, you have access to their resources like knowledge, skills, experience, and contacts. You're often able to make better decisions because when you're in a partnership, you have other people to bounce ideas off of. And I know for me personally, I work better in partnership making decisions than doing them on my own. And one thing to consider, though, is that when you're in a partnership, the ownership of the business is split between multiple people, and therefore the control is also split. and you don't have 100% control of your business anymore. And the more business partners that you have, the more people you have to deal with, the more people you have to share your money with, and the more potential for errors in communication and delegation of tasks can happen, the more people you try to add onto your business as partners. One really great thing about a general business partnership is that it's just as easy as a general sole proprietorship, and it's less formal and easier than it is for an LLC or a corporation. Both of these entities that we'll be going over here have more extensive paperwork filing than the general business partnership. LLC is an excellent option for small business owners who operate a business that is likely to have a financial error or a liability error that could cause bankruptcy or being sued in court. The LLC allows for the business to be fully separated from the owners as its own entity. Therefore, the LLC is responsible for its own debts and its own obligations, and those obligations do not fall onto the small business owner after the business closes. You'll only lose money that you've invested into the company, which is why it's highly suggested to do small personal funding of your business and more outside funding so that you can mitigate the risk involved with starting a small business. Personal assets like your home and bank account can't be collected on business debts should your business become bankrupt. This is very important if you own a home, and you can also put an additional umbrella insurance policy over your home to create an additional barrier between your home and anyone who could potentially want to sue you. The final option for small businesses is the nonprofit organization. And the main difference between a nonprofit organization and any of the other three options before is that the nonprofit organization has perpetual existence. So if you were to die, the business would carry on after your existence, and it's considered a legacy business. You also have the same limited liability protection as you would for a limited liability corporation, but you also have additional benefits like tax exempt status and access to government grants, loans, and other donors who only fund nonprofit organizations. Another option for someone looking to gain access to funding can get fiscal sponsorship through nonprofit organizations, which may be an easier solution to a short-term funding need than starting your own nonprofit organization. We will go over this more during the nonprofit organization video. Nonprofit organizations also get lots of discounts, including U.S. Postal Service discounts, but also many discounts up to 20, 50%. Many times people donate services and goods to nonprofit organizations that they would not otherwise give to normal businesses, because those donations give them also a tax write-off. The biggest thing that people are looking for when they're starting a nonprofit organization is credibility. They want their business to appear more professional. But what you trade for that is lack of control. You are no longer the owner of the business. You become one of the board members or potentially the director of the board, but there is no singular owner, and it becomes more of a public entity. And so if you are starting a nonprofit organization and hoping that this business will maintain under your ownership, this might not be the option for you, and you might want to go under an LLC and get fiscal sponsorship through another nonprofit organization. And so that's just a few things to consider when thinking about starting a nonprofit organization versus an LLC or a general business partnership or a sole proprietorship. Okay, so now it's time for you to choose your business structure. Are you a sole proprietor? Will you be starting a general business partnership with one or multiple people? Will you be starting an LLC, which is available to both sole proprietorships or general business partnerships? Or would you like to start a nonprofit organization? Thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video today. Once again, my name is Krystin Railing, and this is The Performer's Guide.